Before we move on with the video, I just want to deeply apologize for the delay. Life has gotten in the way. This entire script has been in the works since the literal beginning of this month, maybe a little bit earlier. And I was expecting it to be completed much sooner and the video to be uploaded on the 28th when it was actually supposed to. But, life got in the way and I procrastinated a lot. But anyway, that video is here. The video is here. And considering that Bayonetta's series anniversary happened a couple days ago, instead of celebrating Bayonetta 3 with this video, let's celebrate Bayonetta as a whole by talking about one of the most controversial topics out there. The 2.5 weeks that led to the disaster of a release that was Bayonetta 3. Now, without further ado, please pretend it is still the 28th of October, and let's get on with the show.
Welcome to the gates of hell.
Hey, Rodon. How you doing?
Aight?
Business bustling as usual?
Beautiful.
Nice.
That it?
Oh, no. I'm feeling a little bit adventurous today. Hit me with your hardest drink.
What the hell? Drinks are on me.
Ah! Oh! Yeah, I sure hope we don't have to wait almost an entire decade to hear more news on Bayonetta 3 after this teaser. That'd be pretty awful. Ah! It's Bayonetta 3's 3rd anniversary. Woo! And what better way to talk about such a stylish game than by reminiscing about the 2.5 weeks leading up to the game's marvelous entrance. Grab a snack, a glass of juice or wine, sit back and relax. We're in it for a long ride. Remember the 7th of December when Bayonetta 3 was first teased back in 2017 and everyone's pants dropped straight to the floor, excited to see your beloved witch finally bust a move once again on our screens. However, with this teaser, it brought a bunch of questions. Everyone was speculating what the new game will bring to the series, who this variant of Bayonetta was, based on the fact that even though she was in her Witch of No Memories outfit from the original Bayonetta, she had different guns. Instead of rocking her iconic guns at Scarborough Fair, she had instead Whittingham Fair. She was missing her beauty mark, she was missing one of her sashes, and she gets killed off relatively effortlessly. Yeah, everyone was putting this scene under a microscope and analyzing every tiny detail to figure out what was going on. Something we had never seen before. I mean, this is Bayonetta we are talking about. She is sensual, cunning, smart, strong. She can easily hold her own against the giants of the divine and even those in the underworld. How did she let herself get overpowered so easily? This is the literal woman who takes down gods on a random Tuesday night, headbutted an entire skyscraper back to her own father, and even pole dances with a satellite antenna. The theories revolving that teaser were crazy. Some saying it's a fake Bayonetta, a joy angel to be more specific, pretending to be her. Others say that she was the actual Bayonetta and even claim that Rodon might have had something to do with her death because of the apparent similarity between her and the purple figure. Yeah, it was a very wild ride. A ride that will last a whopping 5 years. Oh boy, were we in it for the wait of a lifetime. It was delay after delay. Every single direct following the teaser was met with disappointment from fans who were eagerly waiting for news crumbs even on Bayonetta 3. Nothing. We even had a Bayonetta 3 news account who was keeping track of any news, leaks, whatever from the series. On Twitter, even go absolutely mental due to the lack of news. And I'm pretty sure people even tried summoning Gamora trying to get info on the game. Man, what the f***? We had to rely on leaks, and even those didn't give us much hope half the time. Even I was beginning to lose hope that the game will ever be released in this lifetime. It's been almost half a decade since we last heard of anything regarding Bayonetta 3. Everyone was starting to doom post about it, even suspecting that it might have been cancelled. And then it arrived. Finally, on the 23rd of September 2021, we finally got a glimpse of Bayonetta 3. Cereza back in the scene, starting her stuff and showing off flashy moves and her new look that took many people off guard. There was also something very off, specifically about the way Cereza sounded.
It seems I'm unfashionably late, but I'm ready to give you everything you want.
No one knows why. Some suggested that this was actually little Cereza from Bayonetta 1 in a different timeline or universe. That will look some of her looks are almost identical to her. Right? Well, oh boy. We were wrong. Oh, no. Turn it off. Turn the video off. Turn it off. Cut the camera. Stop. Oh my god. This video was a mess in itself. Alana Taylor, Bayonetta's original VA from the first two games, announced that she will be stepping down from her position of voice actress and demanding fans of the series to boycott Bayonetta 3 under the premise that she was not getting paid enough for her work as a VA. She was allegedly only being paid $4,000 to reprise her role in Bayonetta 3. Honestly, this is a condensed version. The entire thing was a whole mess in itself. And at first, her reason was sound. More pay as a voice actress with years of hard work bringing Bayonetta to life. And many people even followed suit.
This is wrong on so many levels. Pay your voice actors!
I was amongst those people. It has gotten so bad that the director of the series started blocking anyone going after him about the situation. Well, he blocks anyone freely, if he's trying to beat Bayonetta's high score on who can kill the most angels. But the angels in questions were angry Twitter users. And he also blocks freely anyone who doesn't speak Japanese anyway, but that's besides the point. We all thought we were doing the right thing, that Helena was in the right. We even went to the main director of the series. The community was torn into pieces, as if each group was its own multiverse. Many people were both jumping her for not offering more to someone as talented as her, especially for her work at Bayonetta the past 7 years. Others were genuinely asking what was going on behind the scenes that would have prompted her to post that statement. It had gotten so overwhelming on both sides that Hideki Kamiya's Twitter had to be temporarily disabled due to him blocking so many users going after him for the issue. I was one of the many people that got blocked. Honestly, considering everything that went down, I should wear that as a badge of honor. Oh. And before anyone asks, this all happened roughly a year or so before the SAG-AFTRA strike began, so no, it doesn't have anything to do with that. Although it may have been one of the many tipping points. According to a friend of mine on Twitter, roughly, and this is quoted directly from their DM messages, roughly around 70% to 80% of the Bayonetta community and people in general believe her claims and call for fair pay. And even other voice actors chimed in to support her or echo her statement. Amongst them was Jean's voice actress, Gray Delisle. I'm going to butcher this, I'm so sorry.
Gray Delisle.
Alongside Gray Delisle. Oh my god, I can't say that name to save my life.
Gray Delisle.
So sorry. Alongside many big Twitter users and YouTube names alike, covering the entire issue. Many fans, however, remained skeptical, either because some picked up on some inconsistencies present in her videos or copium and not wanting to boycott the series. Then, several days afterwards, an article was released on a gaming journalism website that basically interviewed people behind the scenes and exposed the actual real details of the payment she was offered. Something along the lines of 4K USD per session with 4 to 5 total sessions for the entire game. She then rejected the offer. Then they later recast her raise out, but still reached out to Helena to do a cameo with him, presumably for the Bayonetta 1 and 2 variants that appear in the last fight against Singularity. That will of course be one session since there's barely any lines and will be 4K USD. It was safe to say people were absolutely furious when the truth came out, and Hideki Kamiya's demented behavior did not help in the slightest, since it was due to this that people were quick to take Helena's side. I mean, I know we all have skeletons in our closet, but Helena? She had demons, and she summoned them in the form of a raging mob on Twitter. Once the dust finally started to settle, the truth finally started coming to the light. Then, Bloomberg dropped a bombshell. Multiple sources said Helena's claims weren't exactly accurate. She was offered between 3,000 to 4,000 per session for about 5 sessions in total, up to 20,000 overall. The $4,000 offer? That was just for a cameo, and she turned it down, saying that even though she was supposed to be paid more than she originally claimed, it was not worth it for the 7 years of work and for a franchise that's apparently worth $450 million. As more interviews and reports surfaced, the picture got clearer. Problem is, the actual franchise revenue? Closer to $100 million in total, not counting merchandise. So, not quite the financial multiverse she thought it was. Not exactly Call of Duty money. The internet exploded. Suddenly, the narrative flipped. People who have been championing her side felt misled. Others doubled down, accusing Platinum of damage control. When the dust finally settled, the community was split straight down the middle. Some defended Helena's integrity, others sided with Platinum once the real numbers came out. The Bayonetta fandom became a case study in how misinformation, passion, and Twitter mobs collided in spectacular fashion.
It left a scar, not just on the fan base, but on how we view transparency in the gaming industry as a whole.
Voice actors deserve respect and fair compensation, that's out of the question. But the chaos surrounding this saga, it reminded us of how fast outrage spreads and how slowly truth catches up. People were quick to jump to conclusions without waiting for the bigger picture to be revealed. I mean, nobody can blame them. We waited almost an entire decade for any piece of information on the status of this game to come out, and all of a sudden we learn about this? But for it to be later revealed to have been nothing but a lie, honestly, makes you wonder if this was all a marketing stunt. Because even after all the drama, the fighting, the demon summoning, the lies, the truths, and the sea of cancelled pre-orders, Bayonetta 3 launched and had mixed but overall positive praise for its flashy combat, new mechanics, and for the sake of it being a new Bayonetta game for everyone to play. It rocked! And despite all the drama, it showed that our favorite Umbra Witch still knows how to steal the show, even when the Headless tried to do the same. Here's to Bayonetta 3, the game that survived leaks, lies, and legions of angry tweets. And as for us, well, let's just say I'm glad to be talking about the game, and not the mob behind it. So, has anyone heard any news on Bayonetta 4 yet?